one freaking bandana in my entire apartment. The only recalling I have of Survivor ever before 2020 was watching in my grandparents' basement when I was like 5. Netflix half acquired 2 seasons of Survivor. Just something for the never-ending quarantine, you know? We've been locked inside for so long, and they gave us the exact opposite. Survivor is serving nature. She's serving close quarters. She's serving bandanas used in a non-mask manner. So season 38 of Heroes versus Villains got me thinking, who would win if our YA characters were dropped into Survivor? Who indeed could outwit, outplay, and outlast? The teams will be playing against each other. Whoever wins has immunity for the day, and whoever loses, they have to go to tribal council and pick one person to send home. In the hero tribe, we have Harry Potter, Tris Pryor, America Singer. We have Scarlet, Celaena / Aelin / every other name, Bella and Edward, Newt, Harper, and Emma Carstairs for the villains. We have Sebastian, Gale Hawthorne, I Said What I Said. We have Maeve, Draco, Warner, Rosalie. We have Rowan from Scythe. He's not evil, but for the sake of balance. Have Annabelle, Riley, and Garrett. Place your bets! Let's get to it. For the purposes of this exercise, we will not be including reward challenges, only immunity challenges. So for the first challenge, Sumo at Sea, which is like jousting with really big bags. Then if you fall into the water, you lose. So taking a look at our competitors, I'm going to guess that the villains win this one. They've got a lot of physical strength on their side, and like, let's be clear, I just don't see Harry winning this one. So our heroes go to tribal council. America Singer gets voted off. It's a split vote between America and Bella. There's always a weak one, but Bella manages to squeeze by. One of the more frustrating challenges to watch, a crate idea. I love how many puns there are in this show. You have to roll crates across a wide expanse of land, and then you make a picture with your giant crates, and they stack up like stairs. It's very complicated for people who are trying to work together that don't know each other very well. I'm gonna guess the heroes win this one because they're definitely gonna have better teamwork than the villains. The villain going home would definitely be Garrett. Sorry, buddy, but you're freaking annoying. He seems like the type who thinks he's carrying the team, but is really just a big nuisance. Next challenge is basketball. They really kill it with these puns in this show. It is basketball with violence in the water. The villains win this one. I see Rowan and Gale just completely dominating this one. At tribal council, Bella would definitely get voted off for her complete lack of hand-eye coordination, but Edward would 1000% save her with an idol that he found while everyone was sleeping. So Scarlet gets sent home in a massive turn of events because she doesn't like anyone and would not make any alliances. Strung Out is the next challenge. This one's so cool. It's an obstacle course where you go and find pieces of a tiki sculpture, and then you bring them all back and you put them together like a puzzle. The heroes would win this one. The villain getting sent home is Annabelle, because they figured out she was freaking crazy. And it's time for the switch. Early on in the season, they usually switch the teams to mix things up and make some new alliances. So here we go. Our new heroes are Emma Carstairs and Aelin, Celaena, whoever. Rosalie switching over from the villain tribe. Harry, who is still lost without Hermione to help him through. Harper, who is trying to help Harry, as she is the most Hermione-esque character we have here. Sebastian. Warner, who is unimpressed by Sebastian. And Riley, who hates everyone. Our new villains include Newt, Draco, Bella, Edward, Tris, Maeve, Rowan, and Gale. These new teams will go up against each other in Schmergden Brawl. This is not how you say that. It is mud basketball. It's actually been banned by Survivor now because of the number of injuries that occurred from this activity. I'm gonna say the new villains win this because Gale, Rowan, and Edward would probably put everyone on their backs and make it happen. And the new hero voted out would definitely be Riley. I see a girls' alliance forming in the new hero tribe, and then Harry kind of gets pulled along because Harper. I love you, Harry, but I truly don't believe in your ability to make it through Survivor on your own. The next challenge would be Around the Bend, where you basically just untangle a rope, which requires dexterity and general naughtiness, which means our new heroes would crush this one. With a power trio like Emma, Aelin, and Rosalie, it's gonna be hard to beat them. The new villain voted out is Bella because no matter what Edward did, she just was not a good player. So when it's time for slip, slide, and score, the alliteration. You basically just grab a ball and then shoot it. The new heroes would win yet again, and Edward would be sent home because he secretly threw the game so he could go home and be with Bella. Classic Edward move. The next challenge would be Roll With It, which is a twofer. First, somebody guides their blinded team teammates while in a hamster ball trying to get through a maze. And then when they get to the end, from inside their hamster ball throne, they must guide their other blindfolded teammates in completing a tilt-top maze. The new heroes win this one again. I would assume that Harper would probably take the lead on this one. She self-admittedly is good at directing other people. The new villain sent home is Draco because he was basically the reason they lost. He was a horrible director, but he wanted to be the boss and did not want to be blindfolded, so he took the blame for that one. The next challenge is by any means necessary, which is basically you just grab a floating ring and you have to take it back to your station, but you do fight each other in the water, which makes it a classic Survivor challenge. The new villains win this one. I see them muscling it out for themselves, and the new hero sent home is Warner because of the Girls Alliance plus Harry, and Warner wants to go home to his closet anyway. He hates being on Survivor. We love a fashionable dude. Up next is Blind leading the blind. A caller yells at their blindfolded teammates and they have to pick things up through the field and bring them back, which is hilarious, and everybody runs into everything. The new heroes win again. The new villain sent home is Maeve. The rest of her tribe sees her as the only truly evil one, thus making her too big of a threat. Then occurs the merger, which means they're all on the same team basically, and then they compete against each other for individual immunity. So now in these individual competitions, they will be playing Get a Grip, which is one of my favorite competitions to watch. They just have this giant pole they have to hold on to and hope against hope that they don't fall against gravity. Aelin wins out of pure grit and spite, and Sebastian goes home. Rosalie finally has her moment to send Sebastian home. She's been trying to get him out for the whole game because she doesn't like it when people are prettier than her, and Sebastian is quite attractive despite being evil. The next is House of Cards, which is exactly what it sounds like. Rosalie uses her perfect vampire balance to win this one. Gale is voted out this time by the Girls Alliance. He hid an idol and he forgot to bring it to Tribal Council. And then there's just a perfect camera angle of an idol still hiding in the bushes back at camp. One of the most interesting challenges is the blind maze, where they have to go in and they have to use symbols and touch them and find different things throughout the maze and then get themselves back out. It's in the name. Newt will win this one because he is a maze runner. Emma gets voted off. She's too likable. No one can sit next to her in the final three. If you need a refresher course on Survivor, once you're in the top three, a lot of the people who got voted out then become the jury, and then they vote on who they think should win overall Survivor and be the sole survivor. So you don't really want to sit next to a nice person, especially someone as likable as Emma. She's pretty and smart and funny, and everyone's gonna vote for her. It's like Homecoming, but with $1 million and you're disgusting. The next challenge is Broken China, which seems incredibly difficult to me. They stack plates over time, and you have to hold on to a lever to make sure it doesn't fall. Rowan will barely beat Rosalie in this one. His Bo-Katan training comes in, and he manages to maintain stillness. Triss gets voted out because she was too willing to help others. The abnegation in her endeared her to many of the other players, especially ones that had been voted out in the past. Keep It Up is a game where you have to hold two poles, and there's like a thing above you, and if you drop one of the poles, then you're out. I'm gonna say Harper wins this one because she simply cannot give up. Harry goes home because no one's really sure how he's made it this far. Now we have When It Rains, It Pours. You have one hand up, and it's tied to a bucket, and if you drop your hand out of exhaustion, all the water comes down on you. It's horrible as a punishment, but it's hilarious as a challenge to watch. Rosalie's gonna win this one. She's got the muscle to back it up. At Tribal Council, it will be a tie between sending home Aelin and Rowan, which means they have to go to a fire making competition. Whoever makes fire first wins, and Rowan kind of doesn't stand a chance because it's Aelin. I mean, her nickname is Fireheart. Holding on for dear life, you are like boxed in, and you have to hold yourself up against this pole on this tiny little ledge, and it sounds horrifying. Sometimes I don't understand why people would put themselves through this. I'm gonna say Aelin wins this one. She and Harper have that same, like, I will literally never give up mentality. She sends home Harper because of that. She doesn't want someone else up against her like that. And thus we have our final three: Rosalie, Newt, and Aelin. So if I'm acting as the jury here, I have noticed that Rosalie can be quite annoying and self-absorbed. Newt, I just feel like he's not an orator. He would not make a good case for himself. And to be fair, Aelin is the queen of everything, including Survivor. I cannot tell you how fun it was to go through this and try to figure out who would win what. Who would you have as winning Survivor? Or if I didn't include a character that you like, which character in the young adult universe do you think would win Survivor? Part of me wants to do another version of this video with only contemporary characters. I think they would all do horribly. Thank you for watching this ramble. I have been watching way too much Survivor, and I just had to get it out of my system. My name's Katelyn. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!
Oh,